So the Illuvium Dao blocks an NFT pack opening event involving 3 Arrows Capital founder Szu Zhu. So apparently Szu Zhu and Kieran, co-founder of Illuvium, were gonna do this event, this collab, where they opened up, I think, either the discs or the Illuvitars, just a pack of Illuvials. Influencer Illuvitar disc battle are happening after the launch of Illuvium Beyond. The first match will be between me and Szu Zhu. Well, it turns out Illuvium community was not excited to hear that their beloved Kieran was going to be hanging out with the disgraced founder Szu Zhu. And the DAO put up a vote to block the event, and they canceled the event.
I think it's great that he respected it too, right?
Yeah.
Because I think if you don't respect the wishes of the community, then I mean, what is the purpose of it to begin with? You know, if you don't respect their decision. So Kieran did the right thing, you know, with these organizations where if a majority of people aren't happy with a decision or where something's going, you can put it up to a vote and it can be changed. So I'm happy that they have something like that, and props to Kieran for not going through with it, because you're also setting precedent, right? You're setting precedent for whoever else wants to create, you know, a DAO. When something goes to a vote, everybody has to respect.
Totally agree. I think it's super cool to see DAO governance in effect and having influence. And shout out to Kieran for respecting the DAO's decision. I'm shocked that they even would think of doing it with Szu Zhu. Even for the first one, I mean, you had to have expected that kind of backlash. I'm going to assume that, you know, Kieran is very well connected in the DeFi space and crypto space as well. So I guess he's got a friendship or partnership with Szu Zhu. And maybe he thinks that Szu Zhu didn't do that much wrong. I know there's two sides to every story. I've seen Szu Zhu, you know, talk about things that, like, you know, hey, it wasn't us. SBF really rugged us, and, you know, Genesis and all these other people were the reasons why, you know, everything happened the way that it happened. I've seen crypto Twitter not so much buy it. Comes down to this: he's a very controversial person in the crypto space. When we talk about some of the value propositions of Web3 and Web3 gaming, you know, I go back and forth on the validity of DAO governance. Sometimes I think it's a little bit of a meme, but when you see examples like this, where the community is raising their voice and then the founders are respecting it or being, you know, held accountable, it's really a cool way where the community has way more power than they ever had before in traditional Web 2. Like, okay, fine, you can stop playing my game, but like, I already got your $60. Whereas in Web 3, it's like, hey, no, like, you know, we really have much more ownership and we contribute much more to your revenue streams. So if you're not doing something that we like, you know, we can take that revenue stream away.
Absolutely. And, you know, I hate to keep bringing them up, but you're seeing that right now with Mythical Games. They did not do great with their Nitro Nation sale at all.
Yeah,
it was a complete failure. So you could see, based off of how they are upsetting people with their other games, that they're not really turning out and doing as well as they would have hoped or have projected. And that is the beauty of Web3. It is an absolute beautiful thing.
I would love to build the Web3 gamer platform to a point where let's invite Mythical Games on and talk to them about this and have that conversation and hear from them. Maybe we'll learn some things that, like, okay, that makes sense. Or maybe we can voice some things that they'll take to heart and maybe reflect on. I want to be a platform where we're bringing that conversation to the forefront with the people where it matters. So I think that these games deserve criticism and constructive feedback, but I hope the Web3 gamer platform can be one where people will come and chat about it. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but that is kind of like what I've got planned for the future.
You could 100% reach out, but they're going to be like, hey, I don't want that Paisan guy on the show, but you could do it just you two. I'm too far into it now. Like, I know too much. I would really press them, and I'm saying that publicly. I wouldn't do it in like a disrespectful way. I would 100% be super respectful, but they would not like the questions that I'm asking.
Hopefully these game studios and you know, teams and companies and projects, like, listen, if these are legitimate questions from the community, like them or not, like, they're valuable. And, you know, let's address the elephant in the room here. And that's kind of like what I want this platform to be, because I think that content is super valuable.